So here we are again in the Buffalo Gap National Grasslands. Watched my video last week, which been yesterday for me. We walked out, and I don't know if you can see it on the phone, but out there, the big hill that we hiked out to, and hopes to hopefully see some mountain sheep and mainly some bighorn sheep. But once we got out of there, the area was a lot smaller than I thought, and there was no mountain sheep. But also in that video, mentioned coming out today and hiking towards the Badlands National Park. It's about 2 miles or so to the border. So I didn't know if I was gonna camp out, but I decided to do that. So it might take a little bit longer because I got a lot more weight today. And I also mentioned in that video, my main concern about coming out here was water, because there's not a whole lot of clean water available to filter. A while back, I bought some little bottles because I was going to use them for like geocaching. So I filled those up with water, 2 20-ounce bottles, into my Camelback bladder. So carrying just over 8 pounds of water, so that's quite a bit of weight in here. But we're going to make our way out there, find ourselves a camping area near the border, get set up, and explore the area some, and hopefully find some of those bighorn sheep and see this gorgeous landscape we're surrounded by. So I was almost tempted not to come out today. I woke up tired. My knees were really sore from yesterday. Decided to come out just because this is gonna be the coolest day for the next week and a half. After today, it's supposed to be up in the high 80s, 90s, and come Tuesday, Wednesday, up into the hundreds. It'll be my only chance to get out without burning through a lot of water. So yeah, that's plan for today. I'm just at this fence line. Up here there's a crossing, so we're gonna cross and continue on our way. I've been staying further away from these cliff sides just because it's a lot more traversable down through here. But I think I'll go over this way for a little bit, because right up in that area is where a while back, I guess it might have been Tuesday, or I forget what day this week, but it's where I photographed those mountain sheep. So I'll walk through there. I mean, if I see them, they're probably gonna be too high, so I'm not gonna bother walking up. I just want to see if they're still up there, just because it's kind of steep and I want to get out where I'm going. But I'm gonna go out there and check it out anyway and see if there's any up there. Today's a lot hotter. I think it's still in the upper 70s, but unlike yesterday, there's not much of a wind, which is nice for the mic. But as far as sweating, I mean, you can see it's horrible, and Harvey really needs some water. I'm just trying to conserve water as much as possible. I mean, we've come across small pools of water and he didn't drink anything, but maybe he just doesn't want to drink it like I don't. We're gonna get some water, rest for a minute, and continue on our way. We'll see you out there. Well, we come to a dead end, try to follow the makeshift riverbed or little cut throughs through all these hills, and can't go any further, so we're gonna have to make like a mountain sheep and climb our way out of here and get to the top and see what we can see. We'll see you at the top. Awesome view. No way down from here, so I'm afraid we're probably gonna have to go back down and walk all the way around all this. To get down there would be easy to climb over everything. But since I'm up here, this is a gorgeous view. I know middle of the day, not the greatest for photography right now, but at least it's overcast, not a bunch of strong light shining on everything. I had to break out the camera and get an image of this. Gonna do a panorama. I even zoomed all the way out at 24. It's just not wide enough to get everything. Wish I had a really wide lens, like a 14 or something. But so just gonna do a panorama, 3 shots. Already got it lined up. I already did a couple test shots on this side here. Just awesome. So you got all these hillsides, the trademark lines going through them, all the reds and pinkish lines, and right in the center down here we got a big mound with grass covering the whole thing, and also off in the background we got more, and then you got the green prairies or whatever off in the distance. This is just a breathtaking scene. Gonna grab our images here, pack everything up, and head back down that way and backtrack and get around. But let's go ahead and get these images so we can get packed up and get back on track again. And you won't believe it, I'm actually shooting a different aperture. Why not? Let's try 14, see how that turns out. So no f11 this time, still ISO 100. As I figured, it's going to take a little longer. You know, it's like 2 mile straight line. It's probably going to be more like 4 miles altogether. It's pretty much like plateaus. I think we're about to come to another edge. So a bunch of backtracking, going down, and getting further and further away from there. Awesome views. This is just, it's just awesome to wander around in alone. Surprisingly, we haven't seen any mountain sheep on those big mountainsides or hillsides, cliffsides. Still about half a mile from the park border. Bunch of grassland out there that we're trying to get to. Oh, we can't get down here. It's just a little bit loose, but I think from here, those hills there, those are just kind of rolling hills, so that should be pretty easy to get through. So let's keep going. I need a drone. Walking through these grasslands here, already seen 3 mule deer, and coming right up through here, there's a trail, a bunch of little bedding down areas, and this house was coming up, got this bedded area here. There's a big old, it was a fawn mule deer, but that thing is big. I just pulled up and snapped some shots, but I mean, it's all from behind. But that thing was just leaping 4 feet off the ground. So that was cool. I'll throw those up if they came out. I don't know how they came out just because I had to pull it real quick and shoot. to the boundary where I marked on the map to try to find a place to camp. I'm hoping there is mountain sheep and hopefully bighorn sheep in here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is head that other way to set up camp. Then later on we can just cross over, explore these, and see. Hopefully we can find some of those mountain sheep and find a landscape to photograph later this evening. Let's head that way, find somewhere to set up camp, and we'll decide what we're going to do from there. I think that'll do it. Not really what I was going for, but it'll do where I was originally trying to get to find a camp. I saw that big hill out there, and I figured, wow, that'd be perfect. It's nice and grassy, can really overlook everything. And then once you got up there, just full littered with all those ground cactus. So that just wasn't going to work. And then it was a lot more rocky. Just coming down through all this grass, those little cactus here and there. Probably could have picked a spot, but I kind of wanted to be up a little higher. This stuff, even though it's dirt, I didn't bring my sleeping mat just because I was trying to make as much space as I could, because I needed to bring extra water. This stuff is actually, the only time you lay on it, pack and break it up, it's not going to be that bad. So it's better than setting up on that hard packed dirt. We're going to set everything up and relax. Need to eat something, and here in a while we'll just cross the fence into the park and head over towards those cliff sides, find some mountain sheep and hopefully bighorn sheep. So we'll get set up, take a load off my feet for a while, and we'll head out. Also, real quick, I was just pulled up to see how far we've come today as far as total walking distance. Just as I figured, I mean, as a straight line from the truck out to here is only like just over 2 miles, maybe 2.5 miles, and all together, because all the backtracking and have to go around and way out of our way, walked about just over 4.5 miles. So 4.5 miles to go, 2.5 miles. So yeah, so just want to throw that out there. We're all settled in, got something to eat, relax. 4:22, and we are heading back out to see if we can't find some mountain sheep. And I keep saying hopefully some bighorn sheep, and then also some landscape images. Don't know how the light's gonna be this evening. It's pretty overcast, cloudy. I mean, you can see the sun, but it's really overcast, so we'll see how that works out. But either way, whether we get something or not, it's still gonna be a nice little day out. And I'm pretty sure we at least got one image from earlier. Fingers crossed. Hopefully they're hanging out on the cliffside. We've been walking around for about hour and a half or so now. Was up there or by those steep cliffs, trying to see if I could find any mountain sheep. There just wasn't any there, and there's so much more around here to see. I didn't want to waste the whole evening up there. Off in the distance, I saw some trees in the big field, and then had the hillsides in the background with all those reds running through it as a backdrop. By the time I got out there, grass was really tall and was more like a giant bush, not a tree, so it wasn't going to work out. Still pretty overcast. Just as I was coming down this area, the sun was kind of peeking out and everything was glowing up really nicely, and more clouds are rolled in now, so we're kind of making our way back toward that direction, because there was a small hill on the way out. I saw that shooting this way, I think it's gonna make for a pretty nice photograph. Be nicer if the light was going to be out and some of that nice golden light like we had last night or last week for you. But we're going to go over there because I just don't want to waste a whole evening walking around and wind up with nothing when I can at least go over there and have a good opportunity of getting at least one more shot for the day. So we're going to head back over that way and hopefully we can get something from over there. Back up top of this hill that I was just talking about, the one image I saw when I was out here wandering around, you got pretty much all these different spurs sticking out, and it's like staggered. And we got the nice red lines going through it all, and you can see all the different layers towards the middle of the frame or towards the back. You got the spur that comes out, and there's a cutout, and then the rest of it, and then you got that big hillside, mountainside, other side of it that you can see through that opening. I think that looks pretty cool. Shooting as a panorama, got 24-70 on, zoomed in at 70. I think it's going to take 4 images to get all the way across. I got everything framed up. Everything's ready to go. Just waiting for hopefully that sun will peek out just long enough to throw some light on all this. Really hoping it does, because we got all that golden grass, yellow grass, and the greens. That evening light just lights that up so nice. Everything just glows in the evening and in the mornings. It can light each of these different spurs sections to kind of give them some separation, because right now they're all kind of the same colors and they kind of blend in. So right now it'll kind of just look flat. Could really use some of that light to help separate those and give it more depth throughout. We're just gonna relax here, take a load off the feet, and hopefully that sun comes out to play. Oh, Harvey is just wore out. I just walked down bottom of this hill to see what I could get a different perspective. He didn't know I was gone until I walked back up this way, and I said something to him. He jolted up real quick. He is out of it. He's gonna sleep good tonight. You can see it out here now. Now it's a lot more separation. I'm shooting at f/14, ISO 100. Proper exposure is 1/10 of a second. Then we'll do 1 under 20th of a second and 1 over 1/5 of a second. And I'll do that all the way across. Just looking at the back screen, it already looks like really nice sharp images. I'll continue to keep taking some more images, and I will be back with you here in a few. Grabbed a few more of those as I turned around, because that sun is getting really nice right now. And I turned around, it's still lit up really nice. So I ran over here and set up. I already grabbed images. That light was like coming and going real fast. Went ahead and did another panorama. Same thing I did over there. 4 shots to get pretty much everything in. I think that's gonna look really nice. Everything here just glows with that brown and yellow grass, and then you got the hillsides with all the colors and that. Between that, since I took those other shots over there, I threw my 100 to 400 on. I'm done at this spot, but threw my 100 to 400 on. Took some more detailed shots. So I don't know if it'll show up. I'll probably throw a clip up zoomed in. But I got that spot right out there, zoomed in real tight so I can get the colors and the lines going through. And then I zoomed in pretty tight with 100, 400. I mentioned we got that cutout right there, and off in the distance we got that hillside peak left and right in the foreground, and pretty much shot through that opening with the 100 to 400 with the peaks on left and right. Kind of like how that came out. So glad I decided to come back up here. Looks like we're gonna walk away with a few nice images for the evening. So I'm gonna keep at it and just keep working with this light and see if we can get better shots. So. Light's not going to get much better now because that sun's going to drop down more and more behind what's behind us. We took advantage of the best light we could. Really glad we decided to wait. Some of those clouds dissipated. That really nice light shined through. Really looking forward to seeing those on the computer. And then while that light was really nice, after getting a couple more panoramas, threw the 100 400 on. So hope you enjoy those. I'm going to pack up some and then I'll be back with you right after these, so enjoy. All right, as soon as I got everything on, got my bag on, everything, I turned around and that light just got 100% better, and that stuff was just glowing. The hills, not much light on the foreground, but the hills were just lit up. So I threw my bag off, ripped out my 24 to 70 and tripod back out. Got a few more shots with 24 to 70. Got a few more shots with this. Pretty much shot all the compositions I could think of. That was awesome. So we got some more great images. come out today and this evening with some, I think, some really nice images. Didn't get our mountain sheep and all that, but that's okay. It kept getting cloudier and cloudier. I didn't think that sun was going to come out. Patience, that's all it takes, and it worked out. It really nice light tonight. We're gonna head back to the tent, grab something to eat, relax for the rest of the night, listen to the coyotes in the night. I love listening to them, and there's plenty around here. Hope you enjoyed this small little series in the Badlands. As usual, thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you at the top.